So if there's any area of your life that has been kind of hectic or you've had a hard time keeping your schedule in order, whatever, I just feel like things are going to be running more smoothly and falling into place. Okay. I do think you're going to have to do some sort of emotional unloading or heart opening this month, though. Venus is going retrograde, and it will be in Scorpio for most of October because it doesn't go direct till like November 15th, and it finishes in Libra, but it's going to be in Scorpio all this month, so it is going to be making that aspect to you. Eight of Wands underlined by the Nine of Wands is super interesting. I think some of you may be wanting to reach out to an ex or to someone that you have some sort of past with. Someone that I feel has felt like home to you, or you can expose and share a part of yourself with them that you don't share with other people. And this could happen in reverse, but I feel there's some reservations, Four of Swords, in the Nine of Wands, that like your messages might not be received well, or you may be getting blocked, or you may have been blocked. Or again, you may have blocked somebody that's trying to come in, and you can sense that they're trying to come in. This definitely would be happening over social media or text message or something. I don't feel like you're going to be running into this person or anything. But I also am feeling like, Cancer, you may be hesitating on taking things to the next level or progressing. Like, and I mean that in an overall way. I feel like there is some fear that that you're going to be treated unfairly in whatever capacity. Because the Eight of Wands is such a positive, forward-moving card, and the Nine of Wands is saying, hold up, I don't know. Can I trust this movement? Can I trust this progress? Can I trust the way that things are speeding up? Am I trusting that everything is going to get handled the way it needs to? Magician and the Six of Cups, the way you're going to regain empowerment and the way you're going to regain self-sufficiency and feeling more in control of your life, because part of this too is like wanting to pump the brakes because I don't think things have happened in quite a while on your terms, is to either repair the relationship with your child or your child's co-parent, or reach out again to yourself. And I feel like your own inner child. I feel like there may be some heart healing. I'm also feeling solar plexus healing. And again, there may be a person that you're trying to kind of announce yourself to, or you feel like you'll regain some power if you communicate with them or if you share something with them. Yeah, and you know, this person may be someone that you learn from or that you want to build something with, and it's like, I have this thing to offer you. But the thing about the Magician, this could be the other person or it could be you. Just be careful about not trying to manipulate anybody, even out of fear. You know what I mean? Or want a fear of not wanting to get hurt. If you're really serious about building with somebody, or you respect someone, you want to learn from them so you can better handle or better relate to yourself. Don't be this guy in the Six of Swords in the back that's entering the house and entering the castle while they're not paying attention. If you really want to nurture someone or be nurtured, you have to be direct and you have to be honest about what your motives are. All right, Cancer, somehow, some way, you have energetically derailed this reading to be romantic in nature. Sometimes that happens. I mean, I'm going to do my best to speak on it in a spiritual manner because obviously not everyone is dating. Not everyone wants to be dating. Some people have a great romantic life. But you see all these cups and you see what's happening here. There's a lot of people involved. And this is about bringing the practical, the real, the earth energy in with the water. This is a lot of earth and water, earth and water. We have one swords card. Okay? And we only have one major arcana. So if we're going to take away a dominant message off a rip, Cancer, of what the energy is for October, is there is a deep need to be extremely bold and extremely forward, especially with this Emperor sitting in your heart space, about how you feel. Okay? there's no more room in time to live in your shell and to live in a way of like preparing for battle. And it's not a Scorpio way, right? Scorpios are really always ready to sting, but crabs can retract on the drop of a dime. So there's a deep need to be present and to present yourself. Okay, the overall energy is the Seven of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, this is something that you've been waiting for it to manifest. Either, honestly, I'm really feeling like 7 years. It could be 7 months, or even since July. This has been something that's been ruminating and pulling on you, okay, for the last 7 weeks. Like, this is something that really I feel like has a lot of time behind it. And you've been worried about whether or not it's going to happen. But here's the thing with Spirit. We have to co-create with Spirit. So Spirit has been sending you all these huge emotional indicators. And and you've been sitting in the water and you've been playing in the water, right? Crabs play on the shore for the most part, right? So I feel like you've been in the water, on the land, in water, on the land. And you've just been kind of towing the line. Okay, but it's like every time things start to get really real, you might slip back into the water, or this could go the other way, right? And didn't I say that this is going to be sacral chakra healing on top of heart healing? And here we have second chakra, okay? And we also have the temple path. So there's something that is very divine with the path that you're on. And the temple path talks about, for me, coming home to a place that is like a sanctuary, and that could be in a literal way. That could be in a way of coming home to your own inner sanctuary. And if you can see on the card, there's kind of like a labyrinth. So things may take twists and things may take turns, and we never really know internally or for real if they're spiraling out of control or if they're spiraling into the best case scenario. We don't always know, but we do know how we feel, and that is your superpower. When you know how you feel, you can act. Right? And that's where water signs have the upper hand. They always know how they feel. They always know, but it's a matter of what are you going to do with it. And the sacral chakra, right? It could be sexual. It could be a pleasure center. So some of you may have, in some way or another, restricted yourself from accepting pleasure or really indulging in pleasure because I think there was a fear that it was going to be fleeting. Okay, I do feel like there was going to be a fear that it was fleeting. For others of you, there was a fear that how can you make something like so beautiful, so otherworldly, so delicate, make it physical, right? Because to bring something like a water energy, something that is so fluid and just purely magic and just purely based on something that is out of this world, because that's what the sacral chakra rules. Really, second chakra is our ability to receive and our ability to birth, right? And before something is birthed into the world, it is first conceived on a spiritual and emotional level. So this is the second half of the work, and that is part of your path to bring your deepest yearnings of pleasure and desire into full manifestation, okay? Now, what Spirit is asking you to release is the Knight of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is accompanied by the Four of Pentacles. And on the Knight of Pentacles, we have protection. So these are the two slowest knights, okay? The Knight of Pentacles drags his feet because he thinks that he always needs to go back to the drawing board. Okay, maybe I didn't get it right. Maybe I didn't, second guess every option. Or maybe I didn't, draw everything to scale. It's this fear of like measuring, like, right? It's like they say measure twice, cut once, but this is like measuring 14 times out of fear that you won't have the money to buy new materials if, God forbid, you cut it wrong. Okay? And with the rune protection here, mind you, he's the most suited knight as well. And there's this feeling here of that you've been dragging your feet on something that you so desperately want to materialize because you think that that's the way to protect it. You may also feel like you dragging your feet is really is you protecting the other person or protecting whatever it is, that scenario. For some of you, it's a person, it's a relationship, and it's like, I want to protect you from me, or I want to protect myself from failure or protect us, right? Me and you, me and the scenario. I want to protect everybody from failure. So I'm going to keep going back to my plan. I'm going to keep going back to the drawing board to iron every little possible maybe potential out so that, you know, and we do that as a stalling pattern. I feel like this is a stalling pattern, especially combined with the Knight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is very, very stuck in his ways, as is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, these energies are all about control, but not control in an emperor boss type of way where you know, and that's why when you know and you're willing to take the lead, you go and seize whatever it is that you desire. These energies have some fear behind them. These energies, yes, the Knight of Pentacles wants to go the distance and he's planning for something that is going to stand the test of time. But if we're always acting out of how to protect our assets or how to protect ourselves or how to protect the little bit that we have, because the Four of Pentacles, he doesn't have that much, you know, and this could also be about you wanting to protect your heart or you wanting to protect your emotions or, again, protect somebody else from you or from worst case scenario stuff. But it's like a fear of giving up ground, even though you so badly want to birth something new that is a big part of your path and that you've been waiting to see materialize for a long time. Okay? And it's like you keep wondering if your seeds are gonna blossom, if they're gonna bloom, if you're gonna be able to harvest. But if this is a creative project, I feel like you've been holding on really, 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 really tight to it. And it needs to get air. Okay, and this can be your emotions too. The Knight of Cups wants to offer love to somebody. He wants to offer romance. He wants to, this is kind of like serenade energy. There's also going to be somebody that, talks that talk and is like, when they come in, they're like, oh, I love you, I care about you, blah, blah, blah. But the Four of Pentacles is saying that they may feel all those things, but they're not necessarily willing to exchange it freely, right? However, Spirit is asking you to release this. So if there's someone or something that you've been wanting and you feel like you've been making progress towards, I think that all of you that are watching this, you feel like you've been making progress, but it's really, really slow. And it's probably slower than you even have anticipated. But time is also an aspect here as well. I feel like you either feel like you have been needing to take your time or that things have to be on your time or that it's not the right time, like whatever, however that needs to be. But with the Four of Pentacles, there's something here that you need to release, not necessarily release, like let it go and leave it out of your life. But release in the sense that if we have something that we need to get off our chest, okay, especially if it's something that we really, really value, okay, really value, and something that really means the world to us on an emotional level and something that will leave us kind of vulnerable. We can't predict or withhold or whatever out of fear that it's not going to be received a certain type of way. We need to let our emotions hit the air. Okay, so this is totally about where earth meets water. And earth and water can be such beautiful complements, but they have to be balanced because otherwise there is a landslide, right? There's a mudslide or there's a drought. Okay? Both are not ideal growth conditions. One's going to flood, right? One's going to create a flood and all the crops are going to slide away and run off. The other one is going to cause them to never grow at all. Okay? The door that's not open for you that was once closed, we have the Ten of Cups with the Queen of Cups. And on the Queen of Cups, we have the rune luck. So for some of you, I feel like this Queen of Cups could be you, but what's fascinating is we have the Queen of Wands here in your energy. Okay? And some of you may be having to offer a fire sign forgiveness or offer like a reconciliation to somebody or extend yourself in friendship to a fire sign or someone that is single and really bold. But I feel like this is about being bold, okay, with the Emperor here in your heart space. But we do have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. And I really feel like this reading is extremely powerful for people that have strong water and earth in their chart, or are dealing with another person that has water and or earth in their chart, but also again about bringing the emotional to the material and having to have them interwoven. Okay, because that's what birth is, right? Second chakra. That's how we exchange, right? And if you think about on a sexual level, you exchange fluids, right? On the in the second chakra. And if a woman is fertilized, obviously then she brings material life into the world. Okay, so we're talking about how intermingling your water with somebody else, like intermingling your emotions with somebody else, manifests things. Okay? So there's a deep need to use your emotions as fertilizer, I feel. Because with the Queen of Cups here, I feel this is your energy. And with luck here, I think that things will be a lot more favorable for you than you can even imagine right now if you express yourself. Okay? You've been picking up on cues, you've been picking up on synchronicities, you've been picking up on deep, deep things that I feel like what you feel, Cancer, you struggle to even put to words. So in some ways you need to show it to somebody, to a person, to someone you love, to the world, whatever it is. And with the 10 of Cups here, I also feel like this is a deep yearning to, have it all, if you will, and to share your depth with somebody, and to share the quote everlasting with somebody. This is energy that I feel like people get so in love, like on some Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie shit, like share vials of blood with you. Like this is like blood sacrifice. Like this feels like really intense. But not in like a plutonic way necessarily, where it's like heavy karma. This just feels like I want a forever thing. And what I feel for you is, again, like everlasting. Isn't that a movie? Isn't that a version of Cinderella? I'm getting a little bit of a fairy tale vibe, and this has fireflies. Like this looks very fanciful. And I feel like this is also a very spiritual experience for you. And yeah, and I feel like you have all the power to make it happen, magician in the world. I feel like you have all the power to make it happen, but you need to be forthright, okay? And you need to not allow yourself to get deterred by other possibilities of how you expressing yourself and sharing your depth with somebody or with the world or with whomever. Just having that vulnerability will be received. There's a lot of fours here, so I feel like stability is super important to you at this time. And, with Venus in retrograde, ruling values, not only romantic love, but ruling values, right? And you're all about family values. You're all about having things that you can have and hold, right? To have and to hold. And right, and after that follows to death do us part. You want something that is you want someone in some type of connection to your life that you share a value with, right? That you can share your values with. And you may need to go and kind of pray. Go to your, whatever your space is, wherever your space is that you feel the most spiritual, that you feel the most reverence and connection. I feel like you need to go there and you really need to give it up to God, if you will. And I use God in the most loose sense. However, whatever higher power you work with, I feel like you need to kind of pour your heart over and really ask for a sign, okay? Because in your current energy, we have the Four of Swords in your headspace, the Emperor in your heart space with the rune Victory, and in your foundation, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, for some of you, you either have Earth in your chart or you're dealing with an Earth sign or desiring to deal with an Earth sign. And with the Emperor in your heart, I cannot stress enough, I know this is an Aries card, you could be dealing with an Aries, I don't know, because we do have the Queen of Wands here. But the Emperor doesn't so much feel like a fire energy to me. It always feels very Saturnian to me. And the Emperor can be very serious, right? So I do think that I don't feel like this is a negative serious side, because being that it's showing up in the heart space, I feel like it's saying you need to take how you feel very seriously. and you need to allow your heart to lead your life in a way that you previously have not, right? Because the Emperor is a leader. An Emperor doesn't take no for an answer either, and he goes fearlessly after what he wants. Not like the King of Wands where there's some arrogance and there's a little bit of flair and there's like a, hey, look at me. This is a very, very mature energy. And I feel for some of you, you may have had feelings for somebody for quite some time, but they have matured into a way and into a manner that you maybe didn't anticipate, right? And with the victory rune here, the key, the whole takeaway message that doesn't matter how you're applying this to your life, Cancer, I need you to take away that to feel and to express yourself fearlessly and to live from your heart fearlessly is the road to victory, is the golden path, is the yellow brick road. If you want to arrive at the most supreme, spiritually funded, ideal end goal, which we don't even ever actually reach an end goal, if you want to be 100% on path, you need to follow your heart. Okay? You need to live boldly. The Four of Swords in your head, I feel, is a great card because I think that even if you haven't quite made the verbal gesture yet to somebody or you know, because this is about taking action as well. I feel like you need to take action on how you feel. Words may not cut it. However, I love the Four of Swords here because you realize there's nothing left to think about. There's only the truth. And the truth lies in the heart. And I feel like this is kind of the energy of like someone does something like very like grand gestury or kind of gets carried away in love and allows them to like, it's like one of those things where you hear about a story of someone packs up their whole life and they move, you know, they move across country to follow a dream, that kind of energy, because it's so fueled by the heart and it's so fueled by passion. With the Queen of Pentacles in your foundation, I do feel that the energy is on your side, if you will, to bring this into fruition. And this is saying that you have the skill set and the ability to act on how you feel. And you have the ability to, again, be very successful in building a life for yourself that is centered around your own very specific doctrine of what life is supposed to be like. Because even though this isn't the Hierophant, this is the Emperor rules everything. Okay, so if you want it to be your way or the highway, do it out of love and do it from that kind of place. Not like a because I said so and that's how I think. Do it because that's how you feel. Right? Because a lot of people aren't brave enough, Cancer, to live from their heart. They're not brave enough to say, this is how I feel, so this is what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? I think that's where you're getting caught up, and you've been getting caught up. You have to finally physically do it. And with the Queen of Pentacles in your foundation, there's a lot of birth energy here, right? We have red, orange, yellow, okay? So everything that you've been thinking and feeling, you finally are getting the grounding to really live. Spirit's advice for you is the Queen of Pentacles, or excuse me, Queen of Wands, hello, with the Ace of Cups on the Ace, or on the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God, Queen of Wands. We have joy. So again, if this is about you living your passion, you living your dream, you sharing an artistic side of yourself with other people, you're your happiest when you're feeling free and uninhibited. Don't look at your emotions as something that holds you down or something that's a cross to bear. It's a gift. Your emotional depth and your ability to pick up psychically on what everyone is feeling is a gift, but not if you don't let it lead, you know? Because sometimes we can let people, you know, people that are psychic, like literally just pick up on everybody's energy without trying. If you don't create a barrier or boundaries around that, yes, you can easily get permeated by other people's energy, and then you don't know where you need to go. And it can kind of create this energy of, right, because the Emperor can be stoic, where you like don't even want to listen to how you feel. You don't even want to heed that because you don't even know if it's yours. But I feel like you're realizing that, what is it? What's that phrase? Fortune favors the bold. That's about to be your title. Fortune favors the bold. that's what I feel like you need to know the most. That you are so charismatic and so bold and so different than everybody else. And when you do what just makes you feel unchained, when you do what makes you feel so free, that brings a beaming smile to your face, that's when love rushes through your life. And that's when opportunity that is heart-centered rushes through your life. But you have this spirit's advising you with an ace, and the door that's opening is a 10. So, and there's two female energies here. So when we allow our spirit and our passion to drive and mesh with our emotional body and what we know to be true on an intuitive level, we meet in the middle with pure success in a bold attitude that is so strengthened. So this Ace of Cups can be a new opportunity to share, again, your happiness with somebody, or you may be feeling more renewed in your singleness than ever, right? It's like you know that you can finally have what you want. I feel like you're just feeling a lot better than you have been. And I feel like you're feeling a lot more confident than you have been. And this again can be an offer of forgiveness, an offer, someone maybe bringing it into you, a new way to connect with people. And I feel like overall, Spirit is saying that you're most beautiful when you're vulnerable and you're open. And you're not just vulnerable like a Queen of Cups way, you're vulnerable and proud. Okay? The most likely outcome moving into November, we have the 10 of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. So again, on the King of Pentacles, we have the ruined marriage. And I think some of you may be really considering like getting married, or what you would need from a partner to get married, or you feel like you know who you want to marry or whatever, because we do have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. Okay, we have a couple. So there could be somebody that you know, or an ideal person that you've dreamt about or fantasized on or whatever, that you feel like you're going to manifest, that you could really go the distance with, and that you share a same value system, and that you both maybe you both weren't able to get together before because you both needed to get your money in order on your own. But I feel there is a merging of assets for some of you, and there's something that you've been waiting a long time for that's finally coming into fruition. Yeah, and it's coming really fast. And behind that is your card. It's coming really fast. Okay? For others of you, this is about committing to the quote work, right? We have all earth energy in the outcome. When you commit to being solid, and not that you're not solid, Cancer, but I feel like there's some people in your life that don't see you as like someone they can lean on, or someone that they know is going to physically be there. And I think that you might start to adopt that energy because you finally, I think, have it together in a different way. I feel like you're also going to be committing to just having all types of success. It's like, now that you can have the money and the love. You can have the passion project and the career. You can have it all. You can have it all. I'm super interested to see how your reading is going to come out for mid-month. And you guys know I do actual love readings that go month to month. All that information is in the description box. But this reading took on a super strong emotional manifestation type of flavor, which is crazy. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting. But you're going to have to be really bold. I can't stress that enough. You're going to have to, like the ram, right? You're going to have to kind of charge and be like, I'm here. I've arrived. And take a risk. You know what I mean? I feel like you're going to have to take a risk. But I don't, look at it. Look at the outcome. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. Also, some people are saying that even though they're subscribed to me, they're not getting notifications. So hit that bell button so you know when I upload stuff right away. And if you follow me on Instagram, you get Instagram TV readings before they get popped up on YouTube. Alrighty, there we go. Oh my gosh. Guys. I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All is well. I love and accept my family exactly as they are right now. So first of all, these are like legit lovebirds, okay? We do have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups here. So if you also have a family dynamic that you didn't expect, right? Because you are so ruled by the mother and having a certain type of family home life. If your home life is not what you originally anticipated, I feel like you're making amends with yourself over that, and you're finding a newfound love for it, especially if you're a father, or, you know, the if you're cross watching, you know, the father that you deal with is a emperor, or he's a father figure for you. But I love and accept my family exactly as they are right now. I am ready to be healed. I'm willing to forgive. So I feel like you're stepping out on a very, very new, exciting path that may have some resonance with your past, Cancer, but it's definitely a beautiful thing, okay? Fortune favors the bold. Love you. Bye.